All right. What is going on, everyone? We are live. Is everything okay? I feel like my camera is maybe a little bit off. It does look a little off, but we're okay. Looks a little low. Ugh. It's too far away. All right. Anyways, maybe that's okay for now. Anyways, Rolando, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Happy shit, what day is it today? Monday. Happy Monday. Yes, I did get it, and I just got it not too long ago, so I just popped it in now, so I haven't had a chance to respond. But thank you very much. It looks pretty good. So we'll get talking about how to integrate that thing in probably sometime soon. Probably not today, because I think it probably would be good to kind of do that online, so we can see if we or online, like on stream. So see if we can kind of structure an episode kind of around that. And Kevin, how's it going? Welcome. Anyways, hope you guys had a great weekend. Super busy for me. I was busy. I mean, all the weekend basically doing footage and doing video stuff, and a little bit this morning. But now we are done, and which is nice. It was basically like a week and a half of a lot of work, and then it was kind of finished. So it was really good. But it's nice to feel like it's like there's nothing to do anymore except for all the regular stuff. But anyways. So all that went good. All right. Anyways, if you're new here, of course, my name's Odum, and we're gathered here today, as we are every Monday through Friday, as we live stream our process. So we try to build ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And we are building, well, at least today anyways, we are pivoting our WEBFLOW design and development company or agency, whatever you want to call it. And we are going to be focusing on providing creative services for academic institutions and scientists. And what we need to do is we need to kind of come up with our version 1 of our content. So we started writing that a couple days ago. And well, I mean, we started writing it about a couple months ago, but then we were also working on it a couple days ago. And then I figured it'd be a good time to get back into it. Long story short, too, is I was supposed to have a meeting on Friday with a colleague of mine, but that was postponed till tomorrow. So we should be having lunch tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. And it would be nice if I had some content kind of ready to go to kind of maybe showcase him after we kind of have some discussions. So I would love to finish it off today, but I don't know if we'll be able to get to that point today, but let's just see how far we can go. So, right, let's just bring up all our documentation here, just in case we need to review or look back at the things that we've already done. So this is the sitemap that we created here in Figma, and this just outlines the different pages that we're going to have, and then thinking about what kind of content is going to be within those pages. So that looks good there. So we basically duplicated that here in this sitemap page. And what we're doing here, this document here on the left, which my face is in, I wonder if I should move my face. I probably should try to do that. Maybe if I throw myself just up here in the corner for right now. Okay. So on this page, we're duplicating the sitemap here, but this is really where I want just all the content to go. So you can basically read it almost as if you're reading like a script for a movie or something like that. So, right. So we've got our heroes section, we've got our section 1, section 2. And then I guess we have a call to action. We don't have a call to action just quite yet. Right. Sorry, it's going to take me just a couple minutes here to just get back into the swing of things here. So Rolando, I think just in terms of talking about this schema, I think we'll try to plan out tomorrow or the day after to do an episode of how to put in like a schema in WEBFLOW. So I think if we can kind of think about how we can tutorialize it in a little bit of a way, then I think that might make for a good episode. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to provide that for me. So I really do appreciate it. So thank you. Okay. Right. So we have, can we just go back to our sitemap again? So on our home page, what is it that we wanted to have? Yeah, we have our intro statement with a call to action, a value proposition, case studies, and services overview. I think that's the issue here. And then services themselves, just a high level overview, and then the 4 main buckets. So I think one of the questions that I had was, how in depth on the homepage do we get onto services? Because we're just going to take that content and put it on the services page. And if we zoom out here, I think, because what we were doing here when we were working on a little bit of the design, I think we just had the button to get you to our services, but then you went in and got more in depth into each individual one. Well, I think if we just write out at least our services, we can definitely change where it's going to be located. All right. So hero section, science meets story. You know how there's software? Well, I guess there's software for writing screenplays. I don't know if you guys have ever read screenplays. Every once in a while, I like to read screenplays, or maybe I just like reading Quentin Tarantino's screenplays. Anyways, but they're formatted in a very specific way for one's dialogue and ones that tells you what the scene is, and one that tells you, like, I guess who's talking and whether it's talking or whether it's setting up the scene. I wonder if there'd be some kind of formatting on a document like that, but for fleshing out the content of a website. So that way, when someone's reading it, you can almost read it, but yet understand how that flows in the hierarchy of what the design is going to be, in a sense, if that makes any sense to what I'm saying. Like here, what is the code for if there's going to be a button? Like, what should that look like if you're just writing text for the content? Or maybe it's not important to get that detailed. I don't know. Just thinking about that. And then, how do you describe different sections? Interior, day, sunny day, whatever. It tells from the screenplay, that's how you can, get your shot list, right, from a movie. Maybe I'm thinking too much of filmography right now because I just spent all week basically thinking about that. Anyways. Okay. Then we have case studies. Yeah, okay. That's just kind of a placeholder right now. Stand out from the crowded academic space. And then images of the case studies. Okay. Oh, so this, yeah. Right. So this is the content before the case studies, and then the case studies are here. Okay. Then we have the value proposition. You've dedicated yourself to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within your field every single day. We believe your groundbreaking research deserves to be shared with the world. Again, that's pretty verbose here, but then our mission. And then we get into the services. Okay, so digital. I guess what we can do is this is on the on the right-hand side. This is stuff that we wrote earlier. And I think we should probably take a look at it and probably just cut and paste. Yeah, so that's actually pretty good. I like this. So if we go to digital, so we build websites and applications unique to your vision and your voice, amplifying it in order to inform the world of your work so you can gain the recognition you deserve. And it could also be recognition, but it could also be just the attention of the founders or the different stakeholders in which you're trying to reach. So I think there's going to need to be a balance between trying to appeal to the person's ego, but then also trying to appeal to the actual problem that they're trying to solve, right? And sometimes that problem isn't they want to let the world know everything they're doing, but what they want to do is show to the funding bodies that they have done the work that they said they were going to do when they initially got, their $10 million pot of money, and then they have to go ahead and reapply for the other $10 million pot of money, and they need to be able to show their work, right? Did I list down the actual services in each industry? Or each in each section? That was in Figma. Sort of. I got web design. I got some stuff here. Okay, I think it's fleshed out maybe more in this document. So, okay. And then the services offered, I think we'll just put this in bullet point right now. So this is be easier to read. So we have web design. And actually, I think I put it nicely in that proposal that I made a month ago. And yeah, I don't know, guys, if you remember that proposal, I spent a lot of time making that proposal from that company. Had 3 calls and everything was looking really good. And then it was just radio silence from them. I should probably reach out again, actually, now that I think about it. But it was 2 weeks ago. I sent the proposal. They said we'll be back in touch very shortly. And then it was another 2 weeks. I heard nothing. And then I sent them back again. Hey, just keeping the lines of communication open. And that was 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago even. So just radio silence. Very, very strange. So obviously I think they went with another direction, which is fine, but just, communicate. Web design and development. Application development. Information R. I'm missing an R. Architecture. Architecture. God, I can't spell. I cannot spell. No spelling. What? It's got to be architect. What the hell? I'm missing oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So optimization, optimization and analytics. And I wonder if, I want to see if hang on a second. Let me see if I can bring up, I'm just going to put this over here for a second. Hang on. I want to see if I can bring up that proposal that I made. Yeah, here we go. One second here, guys. I'm bringing it up. Okay. Okay, this is even going to change quite a bit too, but all right. So here's this proposal, or a page from the proposal. We're talking about our capabilities. So what did we have? Oop. Right. This was more kind of thinking about what we were going to do with their website and bring it through. So strategy, branding. Right. And where does branding fit into all of this? So if somebody comes in and they're, say they're a science group, whatever, and they have a new research lab or a new research project and they want a new logo and they want some branding, I guess we can offer those services as well too, right? So we can offer the full package. So where does that fit into this dynamic of digital content creation, data management, event management? I guess digital will fit into here, like this branding, right? I think that makes sense. Right. These 4 points are actually really good. So strategy, branding, design and development, content production. But But then instead of digital content, data management, event management. So branding, design, and development. I guess that all fits into digital. But what about strategy? What can we call strategy? Is there any kind of word for that? Oh, sorry, Sam. There, a comment. Sorry, hopefully that wasn't there for long. I don't know if that just popped up. But anyways, hello, good people. Adodoom, probably off topic. Did you ever have class style conflict issues with your library? If yes, how did you fix it? So I haven't yet. But it's something that I'm definitely keeping my eye on in terms of how to deal with it, because it's really annoying, obviously, in WEBFLOW. So what type of conflicts are you having? Like, are you loading up like a whole, is it like a big project-wide conflict that you're kind of copying over this whole new thing into a project, or but yeah, so yeah, I'd be curious to know what type of conflict you're having. But yeah, so I haven't had any major ones that I've had anything to fix. So that being said, I mean, one of the ways that I try to avoid having those issues is that all the components that I have in my library are all named, like nav1, nav2, nav3. So there shouldn't be any of those types of conflicts, even if you're utilizing all kinds of different components within my library as an example. But yeah, so shoot, that sounds like a really shitty problem. Yeah, that's the biggest problem with these no code things, at least with WEBFLOW, is the class naming structure. That's always been the thing that I don't like. I like getting my hands dirty into the code. Yeah. Ooh, fresh clonable when pasting components from same clonable but different project. WEBFLOW is renaming the classes. What? The issue is I'm heavily using utility classes. So it's fresh clonable. But it's a different project and it's still renaming classes? Why is it doing that? That doesn't make any sense to me if it's a new project. That seems very strange to me, unless it has something to do with how they're reusing libraries or something like that. Yeah, I know that. That's really, I hate that. It does do that. So, one thing that I've noticed though, if you do even have a new project, if there's still classes that are in, like even if you think you're not using them, you got to like clear your class styles to make sure that when you do make the copy, it's not going to rename them. So you have to make sure that the classes are completely out of your system, not even just the elements. They have to be out of the whole, I don't even know, wherever the class things, there's that broom button icon that you got to click to clear the classes. So yeah, and that is frustrating too. That's one thing I was thinking about as well, of like you have buttons throughout all your different components. And if you copy them, they're always going to be button. But I think I don't know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Reloom, or if not, yeah, I think, don't they have some type of tool that'll help you with those kinds of issues? This is why I know I really would love to develop a Pixel WEBFLOW plugin, because that way there's probably a way that you can tell it that when you're copying and pasting this component, if you see that class somewhere else, to, I don't know, just not rename the styles, either just reuse whatever's in the project or something like that. I don't know. Because yeah, it's a really big issue. It's a really annoying issue. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry, I don't think I could be of any more help than that, other than to just say that I feel your pain, and it's terrible. But something's weird though. Something's a little off to me in terms of having a brand new project. It shouldn't be renaming any classes. That's really, really weird. Yeah, I have Xsync, but it's failing to merge. Yeah, that sucks. I wanted to create a Chrome extension, but it's a lot of work to maintain it. Yeah, that's the key. I'm sure it is a lot of work. And I think that's why I think a lot of these companies like Reloom or FinSuite, you know, they're at the point where they have 5, 10 employees or whatever. So they actually have the time and the capacity to be able to dedicate somebody to maintaining that type of code base. So yeah, it's definitely not for somebody who's just one person show to try to do that, because the benefit to cost there is just not even close to being worth it. At least I don't think so anyways. But if you're just doing it as a side project because you want something to do for fun, then I guess that's a different story. Right. Okay. Capability. So we're talking about strategy. Yeah, we'll start getting back into WEBFLOW here again as we rebuild this whole site from scratch. So that's going to be fun. Maybe we'll see if there's any kind of new tips or tools and tricks or whatever with WEBFLOW. When's the conference? It's in October, I think, eh? So maybe there's going to be some new stuff that's going to be announced and maybe some new stuff that's going to be released. That'll be kind of interesting. I guess we can put in strategy here. Strategy. I'm not sure exactly what that means or how we'll write it. Work with organizations and research to find clarity in their purpose and to find the voice to help them reach their audience. Yeah. But then it's saying here, we build websites and applications unique to your vision and choice. So we need to clarify this a little bit more in terms of finding clarity in the work that they do and the audience that they're trying to reach. And it's basically through digital products. I hope you find. Let's just paste that. Clarity in your message. To find the right voice to help you effectively / efficiently spread your message. This is really bad, but that's kind of the idea of, number one, you know, we figure out your market, figure out what you're trying to say, figure out who you're trying to say it for. And once you figure out the tone or whatever, once you do that, you can craft the branding, the whole, maybe brand and strategy should be one, eh? Brand and strategy. Oop. What happened there? I misspelled that. There we go. Brand and strategy. Yeah. So basically this is going to speak to like branding and strategy. And then this just builds to, or speaks to the digital products, aka websites or applications that we build. Yeah. Okay. That's okay for now. And I think we shouldn't worry too much about what we're going to say for these services until we have our lunch meeting tomorrow to hopefully get us thinking a little bit more clearly about what services we should be offering. We make your research, about content creation, we make your research accessible to the world by amplifying your message, ensuring it reaches and resonates with the right people through clear and effective storytelling. And something about the media as well too, right? With it's like the right people, but at the right time, but also on the right medium as well too, right? There's all kinds of 3 different things in order to kind of play around with in order to maximize how you can deliver your message. So yeah. Whoop. Why is it not bullet points? Let's have it bullets. There we go. So video production, I guess post-production. We could do podcasts, photography, written content. I don't know if you say like communications, messaging. So social media, right? So we're not talking about social media management. We're talking about creating the actual assets for them to go ahead and launch that on social media, because we don't want to be social media managers. Or do we just like how? I mean, is it implied that the video production and audio production? Like, is it implied that that content will be distributed through social media, or that it can be distributed through social media? So yeah, I was just thinking that social media content creation, but does that, because it says content creation, but yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt to be clear. Yeah, I like that. Okay, thanks. I'm excited for this, guys. I think this is, I really think this is going to be really well. So I'm kind of conflicted in my mind, because I know that I was saying like, hey, maybe we want to do this right, and it's going to take, a month or two to build. But then at the same time, I want to get it out there so I can start doing some things in order to market and talk to all my colleagues and whatever, to let them know that, this website exists, because it's going to resonate so much more than just my generic website thing, which is Pixel. Okay. So I started writing some things here: branding, content, application development. So I didn't write anything here for data management. Okay. I guess we got some data stuff over here. So, with over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help your project have all the right tools to manage this information to effectively communicate it to the world, but also internally as well. Will help your project how do we say this? There's got to be a better way of saying this. Like, your project, we will help your project have all the right tools to manage its information and to effectively communicate to the world. So there's two parts of data management when it comes to a project, at least at the beginning level of just kind of collecting the data. When you're talking about actually going in and analyzing the data, that's something completely different, and we're not going to be in that space at all. I mean, the scientists, let them do the science. But that being said, the two aspects are, you got to put in place the infrastructure for how you're going to just collect and store the information that your project is collecting. So storing all the data. But then you also need to figure out how people are going to be able to access that data, so then they can in turn take it easily, hopefully, from wherever, to be able to do the actual science or whatever, the analysis of the data. And ideally, it's in some type of system that's like some kind of real-time automated system. Ideally, anyways. It depends. Sometimes you can't, especially if people are doing grab samples or whatever, where they get results from a lab or what have you, and they just get a PDF printout of the results. So sometimes there's manual data entry. Other times there's devices that are transmitting data through satellite, whatever. There's all kinds of different ways, but at the end of the day, it's those two things. So, what was I saying? I was saying, so data storage, basically storage and data retrieval, basically. I guess if we can break it down. So, so I could say, I don't know exactly how to say this. Your research can generate a lot of data from a lot of, this is bad, different sources, formats, what are the other differences? Was that it? How else does data come in? Data can come in, come in different formats depending on, different streams, I guess. I guess that's same with different sources, right? Whether it's from this device, whether it's somebody who goes to the field and downloads data from devices manually, or survey data. I guess that's still a different source. Different sources and formats. And we ensure that all the data that you collect is gathered and stored in a this is really weird, like basically in a single place, which will allow the right people, which basically means to think that, yes, there could be password issues and data sensitivity and all that kind of stuff. So allow the right people to easily access data at the right time. That's the wording here is really shitty, but I'm just, at least initially, just kind of getting the thoughts and ideas down. Again, I'm really bad at writing content. Like do not hire me to write your website content. Like, don't do it. But I get there eventually. It just takes me a really long time. I'm really slow. Okay. Then I think we'd say, with over 25 years of experience in data management, our team will help you organize and store all your data in a way to ensure that the right people can have easy access to your data at the right time, or any time. Well, the right time. Yeah, something like that. Over 20 years, our team will help you organize and store all your data. It's almost like we'll help you in the whole like data pipeline, right? Our team will help you organize. Well, not even organize. We'll say, well, it's like creating the structure for your data pipeline. how could we even say that? Yeah, maybe just organize and store your data. We'll just leave it at that for now. I think that is okay. So what that's going to entail, there's data collection and aggregation, and there could be some data processing as well. Data visualization, database design, and data dissemination and sharing. Yeah, I like that. Whoops. And sharing. And then real-time. I mean, it's just also not so much real-time. Well, actually, I don't even know what to say, how to say that. It's just saying that the data can be both real-time and not real-time. What's the opposite of real-time data? Like, it's not static data per se. Because it's just how the data is collected, really, is what that means. Oh, I know for sure there's a word that kind of works well in terms of saying what the opposite of real-time data is. I think it's just static. I think that's just the word I'm looking for. Like a static data set. It's just like, hey, here's an Excel file. Here's the data. Boom, static, right? Real time is just data that comes in automatically. Because static data sets can still change and grow over time, but then you just generally have to manually add new data to an older static data set. Okay. All right. So, event management. I think I know who to ask about this one, about helping me with this event management content. And maybe I'll have a lunch with her as well too, since she knows all about that stuff. Actually, that's a really good idea. Well, okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we should do that. Okay, I don't know what the content itself should be like, but that's okay. Audio, video, technical support, live streaming, videography, photography, logistics, promotion, social media engagement. And Kevin, maybe at some point I could talk to you, because you just came back from a conference, right? And we were just talking about how there's so many different things that they could have done in order to either maybe be more engaged in thinking about how they can create content and have that on social media. I don't know if maybe it was an internal one, so maybe that doesn't make any sense about, putting that one to the world. It's not like maybe the WEBFLOW conference, right? But that being said, there could be discussions about what types of services could have been offered in order to help create content that could be used in the organization, moving forward, right? Whether it's training materials or, I don't know, it could be lots of different things, right? So it'd be interesting to hear your take on that in terms of what you think might be helpful for your company. And from what you just experienced. Anyways, if you're still here, let me know what you think. Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to come up with a little bit of a better thing here. Forget the stress. Our team will take care of all your event logistics. so you can focus on running the best possible event. So yeah, I mean, that speaks to the point, but that doesn't really say anything about why you should hire us, right? And I think that's kind of the language that we want to end up with, is showcasing why we are the ones that you would want to go with. So here's the question that I have. So we have, the homepage, and then we have the services page. How in depth should the services go? I think we should, actually, now that I'm thinking about this out loud, I think we should definitely need to have a services page. And we should definitely go into more content, because this one here is just basically like a sentence or two, because this is going to be on the home page, right? Because on the home page, it's going to have a list of the different offerings, but then you can click on it to learn more. And the only thing, I mean, not the only thing, but let me just, I mean, this is a really bad example here, but if we look at this page, like these would be different services, right? Like, so this here is best checkout. Oh, actually, I don't know. What is this? Maybe learn more about checkout. I don't know. But anyways, point of sale, like meet the point of sale. So if you want to, like, that's another service, right? So I guess if you click on here, then you go into the actual point of sale page. Right. And then whatever, more information. So I think that would make sense for us, right? Like if you're on this page and then you have digital, where there's some information about digital, and then there's a click to learn more, then you get onto the digital page. Oh, no, that's the thing. Is it a digital page, or is it the services altogether? I feel like with this information, there's probably enough content that you could make it into its own page, right? Like the digital page would be, maybe even talking about more in depth about what we do to build websites and how you build websites. Maybe go through, talk about the process a little bit more. Again, just looking at, let's bring this back up. Like this is point of sale. It's like, it just talks more about the point of sale stuff. So like we can just talk more about like websites and, websites that convert, blah, blah, blah. And here are the different things that each website has, blah, like whatever, right? I feel like, and then that's probably, Rolando, you could probably correct me if I'm wrong about this, but that will probably be really good for us search engine wise, because we would have a page that would be dedicated to talking about, well, like web design and web development for scientific research, right? So then if someone types into Google, let's just go to Google here, web design for science. Let's see what comes up. What was this first one? Science website, sites inspire. What is this? Supported by WEBFLOW, become a sponsor. Is this just... That just looks like not an official sponsorship, but maybe just an affiliate link. Anyways, these might be some cool sites to just kind of have a look at, to just see. This is interesting. Okay, well, that's not a page. That's just an image. Okay, well, this site's not the greatest. 9 years ago. Holy geez, this is over 8 years ago. Yeah, this is super old. This is kind of interesting. Anyways, on to the point. Back to the point of things. So Rolando, I think you're making a good point here, and that's exactly what I was thinking. So I think each service should have its own page so that you can better attack SEO, and also add taxonomies by location to also attack by geolocation. Rolando, is there an issue? So not an issue, but something to think about where, say as an agency, like obviously I want people that are in Halifax to type in whatever it is they type in and for us to appear. But I also want people in the United States to find us, or wherever in the world, really, because I don't want to be limited to just being like, hey, we only work with clients that are regional. So how do you work that in terms of SEO? Because like you're saying, you can attack your SEO by geolocation, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, I still want people in the United States to be able to find me, right? So I'm just curious. Again, this is me being totally ignorant and not understanding exactly how that those schemas could affect your ability to rank outside of the locations that you specifically target within your schema. So yeah, just a question. Okay, so right. So each page though should have its own, or each service should have its own page. Okay, so let's add this now because we didn't have that before. So now we do. So we're going to have digital. We're going to have content creation. And I think it's going to be really good if people are going to type in, how do I create content or whatever. That could be a good page. Right. One thing I remember from Shopify, one of the pages that I remember that I was working on were there were these sell pages, and I'm sure they probably still have them here. So, come on, sitemap. And Rolando, I'm sure you can speak to this as well too, because this is all SEO stuff. If this will ever come up. Right. Yeah, so, oh my goodness, this is like being really choppy. Right, so all of these sell pages, so I made like a whole whack of these sell pages. So like sell sand, sell salt, sell saddles, like these are all individual pages. Whoops, what happened? I want to control click. What's going on here? So like all of these, I don't want to save that. Oh, why is it so slow? Is it my internet? What's going on? Anyways, I remember creating all of these different sell pages because what we wanted to do is target people talking or typing into Google, like, how do I sell hats online? How do I sell honey online? How do I sell leggings online? So we created all of these different pages. And I think what we did is we hired like a copywriter to, I think some of this stuff would always be the same. Is this the same? Yeah, helpful resources, free resources, professional tools. It's like they're slightly changed a little bit. Shopify support is available 24/7. Business encounters. Yeah, and everything was just slightly changed to have like baby clothes or whatever it is that we're selling. Anyways, so I wonder how something like that, we could translate that into like Kelvin Studios, like, I don't know, how to build this website or how to do it. Like, I don't know, but I feel like it's a pretty interesting way to try to, I don't know, to get that organic traffic, I guess, right? And have different landing pages based on exactly what someone's typing. So I guess we're gonna have to figure out what people are gonna be typing in Google in order to be finding, like us, basically. So you can add the United States as a service area or create a landing page in which you add people from the northern neighborhood, south in your case, yeah, as a service area. Keyword audience, okay. You can create a landing page in which you add people from the northern neighborhood as a service area. Right, so I guess you could have multiple service areas in your schema then, right? So you just add different ones. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Cool. Okay. So that's definitely something to think about. And I would love to, yeah. The one thing that I'm thinking of, sorry, just going back to the Shopify thing, where they have all these different sell pages. I wonder if there could be something like that for Pixel or Pixel pieces, where it's like create this component or create that component and just have different components, and then use that as like an SEO thing where this page will be like, hey, header components or whatever. And then I just have a page off of Pixel pieces, not Pixel. I guess where you do the components, and instead of having a filter, there's actually individual pages for like the banner and whatever. So if someone types in banner component or whatever, then this will show up, right? So I need to have individual pages for this. That might be something that could work, because this is just general search through the components. But I guess, Rolando, the thing is try to think, like you were saying, you always think about like structure first. So maybe trying to put that into my mind about how to structure things, and then that could kind of, and think about what I'm going to do for SEO, and then that could kind of develop and guide me as to what kind of pages I need to build. So, very interesting stuff though. Lots of stuff to consider. Holy geez. I can tell now why you need teams of people to get stuff done. By creating a CPT that only has certain words changed, you create a template and use the same content, just changing some things with relationships and queries. Yeah. And is that going to, I guess that's not going to hurt you in your Google ranks then, is it? I would hope not. So if you look at the one I sent you, you can see I said that Pixel has 3 service areas: Bedford, Nova Scotia, and Canada. Yeah, I see. So let me bring that up here. Yeah, so I don't want to flash it on screen, but because I don't want to give out your details, and then I also don't want to give out my address. Although it's not there, but keywords, language, right. Right, so you're saying here, where are we? Area served, right here. So Nova Scotia, and is there another area served? But there's location. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into this because I don't want to flash anything on screen here that I shouldn't. But yeah, I'll have to take a closer look at that and see what's how that works. Or maybe there was a certain. Well, hang on. Name. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Hey. Oh, supper's ready? Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay. All right. So supper's ready. I don't have much time here, guys. The dinner bell calls. I could have added as many service areas as I wanted in different countries or continents. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna be flexible into adding whatever makes the most sense for our business. Okay, or even website, I guess. So that's cool. Okay, so a different page for each service. I like it. So content creation, and then we're gonna do data management, and then event management. And I could just see something too as saying, there could be different types of people looking for an event management, right? So say conference event management, or workshop event management. People are typing that stuff into, I guess we'd have to do a little bit of a search in Google Trends to see kind of if people are even searching this kind of stuff. But I could definitely see having these different pages to try to capture these like niche areas or more niche areas in the main service area, right? Like event management, that's the big bucket. But what type of event, could it be? Again, is it, right? Like it just be in a different industry, right? Like automotive event management, or like wedding. I don't know. What is it? What the hell is the word called? I guess it's more, not so much of a, what is it called? Like an expo. I'm thinking more like an expo, where people have like different booths and they want to sell stuff or whatever. So maybe that's not the thing that I'm thinking of. But anyways, I'll flesh this out a little bit more in my head, and then maybe see what we can do about that. But that's kind of future stuff. You can put the code in GPT chat and ask me to explain it to you, or ask it to explain it to me. Yeah. Dinner, I just prepared lunch. Yeah, it's 4:44 here. So I think, aren't we about an hour ahead? So usually it's not this early. But my wife actually has a little bit of a sore shoulder, or something's going on there. So I think she made dinner a little bit earlier. So yeah, but yeah, it's a little bit early for today. But hey, listen, man, we have supper when we have supper, okay? Yeah. Anyways, okay. A question: how much would you charge to make it into Kindle format and upload it to Amazon for sale? To do for what? Like a book? Or just like anything specifically? So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking about. Or just to make like a book or whatever. As far as I know, putting something in a Kindle format is not too difficult. But maybe, I guess it depends on actually how you're going to create the actual, like the PDF or the product or whatever. Okay, same comment, same question. Yeah, I'll just hang on a little bit in terms of, maybe you can clarify a little bit of what it is that you're thinking that you want to put into Kindle or what have you. Let me, I thought I remember looking into this a little bit before. I don't think it's too difficult, but yeah, a book. Okay. Convert a book to Kindle format. Okay. Self-publishers convert books into electronic, use Amazon's self-publishing tool. KDP is a fast, easy self-publishing system. Upload your content and then away you go. So I think if you have text heavy, just ebook. Mm-hmm. Note, we accept PDF files. You can create from HTML. Interesting. I think what you would do first is, I guess it depends on what you want. Like, do you want, like this is what I would probably do, because I was thinking about this because my son is actually writing his first novel and he wants to publish it. So what I was going to do was use a tool like, well, I was going to use InDesign, but now there's the Affinity version of InDesign. So, and then use that as a layout to lay out the book. And then I think if you export that as PDF, then you could probably use that to put that into whatever Kindle format using this KDP publishing thing. If you just upload a PDF. So I feel like that would work. But I don't know. I really don't know. So how much would I charge? I've never done that before, so I would have no idea. I wouldn't do that kind of work, to be honest, at least right now, because I don't know. I've never done it before. So yeah, there's a specialized Kindle platform for publishing. Yeah, it looks like it's this Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP thing. So, and it looks like if you just set up an account, like if you just go here, you can set up an account. Oh, what is this place? Yeah, so direct publishing. So yeah, like I can't imagine it being that difficult because there's a lot of people that aren't computer savvy that go ahead and publish all kinds of things. But it might even be different too if it's just Word. Like if it's just a novel, I could imagine it just being like, hey, upload the Word document and then, whatever images you might want for your covers or what have you, and then away you go, right? So I think it also depends on the type of book you're writing. So if it's more of a like a scientific kind of thing where you have lots of figures and captions and all that kind of stuff, that could be a completely different thing. But if it's just text, I would imagine you can get by pretty quickly by just uploading your Word document. Yeah, anyways. But yeah, if you ever want help with it, I can certainly help, but I definitely wouldn't charge anything because I have never done this before. So it's a theoretical book on procedural law. So do you have like a lot of, so I would imagine it's probably very text heavy. So what I do know is, I don't know, are you ready to publish anything like that soon? Because I think for me, I'm definitely going to try to do something here, probably within the next month or two, depending how long it takes my son to finish his book. And then I'm going to try out different things for publishing. I was probably just going to even just go at some, like I know there's places where I go to print off prints and different photo albums, but you could do the same thing by printing out just like softcover books. But setting up something on Amazon is something that I think he'd probably like as well too, so that he could just show people, hey, you can just go buy it on Amazon. So I could definitely fill you in on the process if you're not in too much of a hurry and you can wait for that amount of time. Yeah, it has no images and weighs 14 megabytes in Word format. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. So what's your time frame? So the time frame would be the biggest thing. Yeah, because like I said, if you're not in any kind of hurry, then I can certainly, like once I do mine, I can certainly help you, walk you through the whole process. But that being said, too, I would imagine there's some good YouTube tutorials out there that walk through the whole process of creating an ebook and selling it on Kindle or Kobo or whatever device it is, or just maybe making it just a generic EPUB so it could work on other readers, not just the proprietary garbage stuff that Amazon has. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, but if you do want help and you want to just have some fun, just try to figure it out. Obviously, no charge for that. We could just fool around and have a couple of tequilas while we try to figure out how to make it work. All right. Anyways, all right. Just let me know. We'll touch base, I'm sure, at some point, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But that is going to be it for me today. Yeah, time to have supper. So it was a little bit of a later day today because again, yeah. So we finished all the video editing and I'll have to at some point put it up on my website to showcase some of these videos or whatever, just in case anybody's interested in seeing what we were working on for the past week and a half. But we're done now. So moving forward on Kelvin. So tomorrow probably won't be till a little bit later again as well, if everything still goes to schedule with having lunch tomorrow with my colleague, and then we'll come back and debrief and continue on with the content. And yeah, we'll talk about kind of what direction we might go with Kelvin. So looking forward to that. Send me an email so we can agree on the code I sent you. Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at that after I have supper. And yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Not too picky. But yeah, we'll I'll touch base with you. Sounds good. Okay, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the likes and the subscribes and the subs and all that fun stuff. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, I'll be back here again tomorrow for a brand new stream. Until then, take care. We'll see you tomorrow.